Hello, Kehilat Darchei Tzion, Monev Shabbat, Parashat Korach. And this week we read the Haftarah from Shmuel Aleph, Perek Yud Aleph, where Shmuel renews the kingship of Shaul and gives a speech. In the speech, he explains that he is not happy with the choice the people made, that they wanted a king. He tells the people what are the conditions that it will be successful. And in the end, he shows them that Hashem isn't happy with their choice with this storm that suddenly appears. The connection between the Haftarah and the Parashah is on different levels. Of course, the question of what is leadership. We see that with Moshe and Korach, and we see this in the Haftarah, the people and Shmuel. There's a sentence that Moshe Rabbeinu says that he didn't take anything from the people. He didn't take advantage of Am Yisrael in any way. And Shmuel says something very similar in the Haftarah. Rav Modiin in his Shiurim on the Haftarah explains that also the end of the story is very similar. In the parasha, we see how the ground opens up. There's this unnatural event, the unnatural earthquake. And in the Haftarah, we see that in the end, there's an unnatural storm that happens. Of course, I think that emphasizes the big difference. In the Haftarah, it doesn't end with death of anyone. Am Yisrael are frightened, and they cry out to Shmuel to pray to Hashem, which is an important event within itself. Of course, that the people realize that even though they want a king and to strengthen themselves, everything in the end depends on Hashem, and they cry out to Hashem. While, of course, in the parasha, there is no second chance. The ground opens up. Korach and all of the sinners are swallowed in the ground, a very terrible ending for them. And when we come back to the Haftarah, we can ask ourselves, why does this difference exist? And I think maybe what we can say is that the Haftarah is telling the people you have something to fix. It's not that you're completely off. There's something that you have to do more exact. What are you missing? You're missing the fright. You're missing the awe. You're missing the understanding that you're not there to be served, but rather to serve. Am Yisrael, the Kli Akar already points out, ask again and again for a melech lanu, king for us. And Hashem tells them again and again through Shmuel, you need a melech aleichem, upon you. And Am Yisrael, maybe at the end, realize this. When they're all frightened, they understand and they say that we made a mistake. We had a sin that we asked for a king for us. And now they know that they're going to have a king upon them. That is what Am Yisrael learns. And this moment of awe, this moment of this fright, so it's a fright from Hashem, but maybe this is a symbolic event telling the people what you're missing is the sense of serving Hashem, serving maybe the king, serving the nation through the king, understanding that at the end the king doesn't work for you in your experience, but rather you are under the king and you have to follow his laws. And that is how the kingship will be successful. Of course, the king has to feel like he's serving the people, but the people have to feel like the king is above them and can punish them. And that's maybe one of the keys for a successful society, to understand that someone will punish them, someone is watching over them, and that is an important aspect of ruling a country. And of course, that's one of the more challenging aspects of a democracy. So in the Haftarah, we can learn from what Shmuel is trying to tell Am Yisrael. When you want a king, make sure that you're not looking for an easier life, but you're looking for the best for Am Yisrael, the best for the country. And that will happen when you understand that the king isn't there to make sure you always have smiles on your faces, but the king is there to demand from Am Yisrael and to make sure they follow everything in the correct way. And that is the thunder at the end of the parasha. Am Yisrael, you have to fix something. Your mood, your experience of this event of having a king is not the correct one. Now you should fix yourself. Now you should follow the correct way and understand what it means to have a king. Shabbat Shalom.